Let me guess. Your brain never actually shuts off. You have all these brilliant ideas, deep thoughts, and constant connections firing all day long. But the moment you sit down in front of a blank screen to organize them, you completely freeze. Standard productivity advice usually points to a lack of discipline or creator's block. However, those explanations ignore the physical reality of what it's like to try and focus while your internal bandwidth is already maxed out. This diagram shows a system at maximum capacity. You're dealing with a volume problem. Your mind is already saturated with unprocessed concerns, lingering responsibilities, and half-formed thoughts before you even open a document. When you try to force yourself to type out your ideas in this state, you are demanding that those thoughts take on a formal structure before they are even fully realized. For a naturally verbal thinker, that demand for premature structure actively destroys the clarity you are trying to find. This represents your internal state, a snow globe that has just been violently shaken. Your thoughts are swirling chaotically, and nothing is able to settle. Attempting to type out a full mind in this agitated state creates a mental cage, trapping you in a cycle of analysis paralysis. You can stop trying to force the thoughts to happen. You need to let the globe stop shaking so the snow can finally settle. By the way, if you already know exactly what I am talking about and you just want the step-by-step system I use to empty this mental pressure cooker, click the link in my bio to get the complete voice-first workflow system. For those still staring at the blank page, your immediate pivot is to abandon the keyboard and start speaking aloud. For verbal processors, clarity is a byproduct of expression. It is something that happens during the act of talking, rather than before it. This flow diagram shows the necessary inversion for a clear workflow. Generation must come first. Structure comes later. Imagine your disorganized mind is a messy desk. Your inner wisdom is sitting right there, but it is buried under a massive stack of papers and daily anxieties. Here's the mechanical workflow to clear it. Open your AI tool, turn on voice mode, and speak freely for 5 to 10 minutes without any self-editing. Speaking out loud performs the physical work of throwing those papers off the desk and releasing the steam from the pressure cooker. Once the raw thoughts are out, you direct the AI to act as your system's architect, tasking it with organizing the transcript into clear sections and action steps. The AI functions as a digital filter here, catching the chaotic verbal dump you've just provided. As the data passes through, it is sorted into clean, distinct, and actionable buckets. This workflow physically removes the mental debris, allowing you to bypass analysis paralysis and finally see the insights that were buried under the noise. The AI acts as a digital mirror, reflecting the thoughts and logic you have already generated back to you. Looking into this mirror reveals the inherent structure that was hiding beneath the noise the entire time. You are finally seeing that your mind has been organized all along. The friction you felt for years stems from a biological mismatch between your nonlinear brain and the rigid, linear tools you were told to use. You can stop fighting your cognitive biology. Stop trying to force a multi-directional mind into a narrow, linear box. Trading the keyboard for verbal flow resolves the freeze response and provides the clarity and deep mental relief your brain has been looking for.